Praise the Lord, church.
Praise the Lord.
I got a special word for you today. And I pray that it will be a blessing to you. Let us pray. Spirit of the living God, we come to you today in the name of your Son, Jesus. I pray that this service has been pleasing thus far in your sight, Lord. Father, you said when any two or three gather together, you said that if we do that in your name, you said that you are there in the midst of these, so we know that you are here. Jesus, you said anything we ask the Father, trusting and believing, we have no doubt. You said we can have that. So Father, I pray that the word will be blessed today, and that your people, your sons and your daughters will be blessed, that their eyes will be open, that they can see the truth, that they can not only be blessed, but that they can also be a blessing to someone else. That the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, that it be acceptable in your sight. For you are my strength and my redeemer. It is in the name of Jesus I pray. Let your heart say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. I'm going to be reading a very familiar scripture. If you have your Bibles, go to the book of Galatians, chapter 6. I'm going to read verse 7, 8, and 9. Galatians. So Paul was talking to the Galatians. It's one of his letters. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to be reading in the King James Version. So if you have another version, we'll all get there. Amen? Amen. When you have it, say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Galatians 6, verse 7, and it reads, Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Verse 9. And let us not be weary in well doing. For in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. You can take your seats. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading, hearing, and doing of his holy word. I want to thank you all for coming to church today. And I want to just say to you that it's time to come in, is the title of this message. It's time to come in. It's time to come in. I remember as a child, we grew up in Florida, and always raining a lot. Well, we lived 4 blocks from the ocean. And as kids, we played. It'd be raining, storming. We just be playing in the rain, you know. Soaking wet. We still just running and playing. And the adults used to come to the door and say, Are you guys serious? It's time to come on in now. What's the matter with y'all? But we were having fun out there. We were just getting wet and just having us a good old time. We were too ignorant to know that we could be catching pneumonia or anything that could happen, you know. And you know, sometimes I believe God sees us and he says to us, Are you guys serious? You've been out there going through all of this sickness and disorder and problems and challenges, and you're out there playing with this stuff. It's time for you to come on in now. It's time for you to come out of this darkness and come on into God's marvelous light. When Paul was talking, Paul was saying something that even in Genesis, we look in Genesis 8:22, God began to talk to us even then, and God says, listen at me. He says, as long as the earth remaineth, he said, seed time and harvest. He said, listen now, he said, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. So if you watch, you live long enough to see that God is telling the truth. That you see day and night never cease. You see winter come, you see summer come, you see fall come, you see it all the time. It does not cease. So here God is using an agricultural metaphor to explain a spiritual truth. So God is saying to us, we are harvest from somebody. We are a harvest. There is a seed planted, and we were born. So we were the harvest of that seed. Does that make sense to you? That everything in the kingdom works by seed, time, and harvest. That's why God says, listen at me. He said, don't be deceived. Don't you fool yourself. He says, and I'm not going to be marked. You're not going to make a mockery out of me. That's an old school term, a mockery out of me. That means you can make a fool out of me.
That's right.
Okay? He says, now I want you to get understanding of this. He said, whatsoever a man, woman, human, whatever you plant, whatever you sow. He said, that's what you're going to reap. So if you is sowing discord, you're going to reap discord. If you're sowing anger, you're going to reap anger. You're sowing sadness, you're going to reap sadness. Amen?
Amen.
You're sowing guilt, you're going to reap guilt. You're sowing depression, you're going to reap depression. See, it works good or bad. Now, if you're sowing love, you can reap love. Listen. Now listen. If you're sowing peace, you can reap peace. See, it's a principle, but the principle will work no matter what you do. If you do something good, you're going to receive a harvest of good. If you're sowing something bad, you're going to receive a harvest of bad. The harvest is always greater than the seed. When you look at a little seed of an acorn, that little acorn, the oak tree is in that little seed. But before that seed can become a big tree, it has to be planted. It's time to come in because the principle works. Jesus began to talk to us and he says, I want you to explain to my people this principle of John 10:10. He says there is a thief. The thief that is Lucifer. He said the thief cometh, T-H, which means
continually.
He's continually coming. But he's coming to do three things to my people. He's coming to
Steal, kill, and destroy.
Let's just hold on to that right there. That's why we need to understand we should not buddy up with the devil. We should not. There are Christians that talk more about the devil than they do about Jesus. Every time you see him, you talk to him. Well, the devil's busy. Well, the devil's trying to get me. Well, the devil's this. And the devil's after my kids. And the devil, you need to understand that the person that you talk about the most is the one that's going to be with you the most.
That's right.
So Jesus said the thief cometh to steal, kill, and destroy. But then he says, I am come. Now, some people say, well, Jesus said, I have come. No, he didn't say it like that. He said, I am come. You know, we teach in this church. Amen. The great I am. I am anything you need for me to be.
Amen.
Now, he may be coming to steal, kill, and destroy. But I'm coming, I am coming to give you whatever you need.
Amen.
But I am come to give you life and to give it to you more abundantly. So I want to talk to you today just quickly about this harvest. And I was talking to Pastor Jay. I said I'm going to be doing something that's called a harvest season, a series of harvesting. Because I think when we think about harvest, we don't even understand what harvest means. See, in the agricultural world, harvest means that we don't plant some kind of grain or some vegetables or some fruit, and they have come to a maturity level. They are ripe now. We can go and gather them in and harvest them in. Now I want you to think about what I just said about the fruit. Let's just think about fruit that's sitting on the vine. When it comes to maturity, you take it off. Say it's oranges or apples, it's time to take them off. Do you know that if you do not harvest that fruit, it'll stay on that vine and rot?
Yeah.
Now I want you to listen. Do you know that God has allowed us as seeds to grow and to mature? Do you know why a lot of Christians have not been able to be used by God? Because they have not allowed God to harvest them, to mature, to take them down, to pluck them. They're fighting to stay on that vine. They're fighting to stay. They will not become mature enough so God can use them. They won't do it. God says, I want you to come off that vine. I need you to pray. No, can't do it. I need you to read my word. Can't do it. I need for you to be kind to people. Can't do it. I need for you to help somebody, feed them, or give them some clothes. I can't do it. I need you to go to church or Bible study. Can't do it. They stay on that vine and stay on that vine. You know why? Because it's easy on the vine.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do nothing on the vine. You don't have to get off that vine and go and cook nothing on the vine. You can stay right there on that vine. You done got mature. Now you done start rotting on the vine. So now you done start stinking. You got stinking thinking. You're talking bad. You're acting bad. You see what I'm saying? Now look, you're smelling bad. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't mean that, when I say smell, I don't mean that body odor. But how many of y'all know it's not just to be ugly and just acting ugly and smelling bad and acting bad. You understand what I'm saying? My grandma used to say, stop acting ugly. I didn't know what that was. I thought that meant acting ugly. I can acting ugly. I know. So I had to understand what that acting ugly was. But you see, when Paul was teaching, Paul came down and he said, let me just share something with you in James 1:22. He says, we got a lot of Christians that have the word, but they don't understand that having the word means nothing if you're not operating or using the word. So he says it like this. He said, be ye doers of the word and not hearers of it. And he used the word, deceiving your own self. And here we come with us deceiving our own self. Do we really think that we can get a harvest of blessing from God and being disobedient to God? No. Do we really, really think that God is going to be happy with us when we are disobedient children? Do we really think that we can go out and act like the world and think that the world is going to look at us as being different? Do we really think we can buddy up with the world and dress like the world, talk like the world, act like the world, and think that we are the light of the world? Do we really think that we can just go out there and look just like the world and think the world is going to see us as being Christians? If we're going to be a harvest, we're going to have to come off the vine, and we're going to have to be in a position where we can be used by God. I have something that's very close to my heart I want to share with y'all. Paul was talking about why these seats are so empty. Way back 1,000 years ago, it was in Acts 2:37. He said, I began to preach the gospel, Paul said. And he said, when I preached the gospel, there were some people there, they were pricked in their heart. He said, when they got pricked in their heart, he said that they changed. And he said, and then what they did, he said they saw, their eyes were open, and they saw, oh my goodness, I'm not saved. He said, I'm not saved. And he began to talk about how he began to preach at this church. And he says when he began to preach at this church, he said they were pricked in their heart. Pricked. How many people hear the word of God and not pricked in their heart? They feel nothing. They feel nothing. And then Jeremiah 8:20, he said, let me tell you something. He said the harvest is past. He said the summer is gone. He says we're not saved. I want you to think about that. Jeremiah says the harvest has passed. It's gone. He says the summer has passed. He says, and we are still not saved. And he was talking about the people. You're not saved. You still haven't accepted Jesus as Lord and Savior. You still don't believe that God is. You know, you're trying to get a harvest. You're trying to get a reward. And see, God told us in Hebrews 6, he said, I will reward those who diligently seek. Yeah. You ain't even got to find me, but I will reward. I'll give you a harvest for just seeking me. Yeah. Even then, God was showing us, look, I'm trying to get you to understand that you just got to start doing something. You just can't sit and think that I'm going to bless you and you do nothing.
That's right. That's right.
It is called seed time harvest. You can't expect to get something from God when you're not giving anything to God.
Amen.
I told you that I can tell if you love me, I can tell you're mine. I can tell. Here's the proof. The proof that we are truly saved is our love that we have one to another.
Amen.
We're supposed to love. Jesus said, listen, let me tell you something. I want you to listen to me. Jesus said, I can tell. See, people are saying, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. How can you tell? We're supposed to see it. What do you see? Love. God said, I want you to love the Lord thy God. I'm in Matthew 22:37. Love the Lord thy God with all of your heart and soul, with all of your mind. He said, this is the first and greatest commandment. He said, then the second is like unto it, that you're supposed to love your neighbor. He said, on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So we are commanded. This is not a great suggestion. This is a great commandment. We are commanded to love God. Commanded to love His people. We're supposed to love vertical and horizontal. We're not supposed to fall in love with the world. Now, let me say it. Come on, Lee. Just get on out there and get out there and say it, man. Do you know why a lot of people can't come and worship God? Because they got another God they worship. They worship in the God of feeling. The God in the world that makes them feel good. The music makes them feel good. I ain't got time for God. The movie makes me feel good. I got time for God. This drinking something, smoke a little something, make me feel good. Tell the truth. Why is it that when I was a little girl, there was no option about going to church? Every Sunday you go to church. You weren't asked.
I had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
This ain't no democracy. This is a dictatorship. You know, Sunday we go to church. Saturday we watch clothes. We had certain things to do. You understand? But somewhere down the road we missed that. Now we start asking the children, do you want to go to church?
Yeah.
I never heard of such.
Yeah.
You understand? And so listen at me now. When you have a seed of giving the responsibility to your children, what kind of harvest you going to get? A harvest of the children running the house.
Well,
Do you know that if you have a little dog and if you don't let that dog know that you're the head honcho, that dog gonna take over your house?
that's
That's
right.
right.
That dog will tell you, you gonna sit down.
Yeah.
That dog will be running your house. I'm telling you, he will. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't say, no, excuse me, you go sit down. The dog will stand up to you for a minute. You say, what did I say? You gotta make him back up. Go sit down. If you don't, that little dog, a big dog, he be running your house. Does that make sense? Now listen at me. God says, I want you to tell my people the harvest that they're getting right now in their life is a direct result of the seeds that they have planted. We used to come to church and we used to pray that God save my husband, save my wife, save my children. Just pray, Lord, I want you to save my people. I want you to save my family. I've been at churches and you know what most of the people come to pray for now? Pray, Pastor, I can get me some more money. Pray, Pastor. Pray, I can get me another house, a second house. Pray, Pastor, we can get us a third or fourth car. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. What happened to the heart for souls?
Well,
What happened to the heart for people? What happened to the love that we're supposed to have for our neighbor? The boy says, the harvest is past. He says, the summer's ended. And still you're not saved. And what he was saying, that time has passed. And God has shown himself to be so good to us. That God has taken care of us. That God is looking out for us. That God is taking care of our families. That God is taking care of our bodies. He's given us food to eat. That he's kind to us. That God does so much for us, and still we will not accept him as Lord and Savior. What has the world done for us so much that we're willing to fall in love with the world and not fall in love with God? What does the world have going for itself so much that we fall in love with the world, fall in love with its colors? Those are God's colors. Fall in love with the house. Those are God's houses. Fall in love with the money. That's God's money. Fall in love with the women and the men. They all belong to God. Because God don't have any grandchildren, so everybody belongs to God. You fall in love with the mountains. Those are God's mountains. We fall in love with different countries. Those are God's countries. Do you see where I'm going with this? We fall in love with things that belong to God.
That's right.
yes.
Right.
The harvest is truly plenteous. Pastor Jay, Minister Jan, give my two ministers, I'm going to tell you, my heart hurts for people that will not accept Jesus as Lord and Savior. My heart breaks because I don't understand how you can take all your money and go and give it to the world. And then when you tell somebody that you put money in the church, they think something's bad about that. What's going on that you can go out and you can play the lottery and stand outside? I ride down on 86th Street, the man out there in front of the liquor store doing this. He just scratching. Nobody says anything about that. Don't you think we have our priorities kind of mixed up here?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. I have taken, or talked about how I've taken such a beating. I'm okay, I can handle it. But when I go places and they say, oh, a church? Oh, no, we don't want no church in here. Oh, I thought you were going to have a business. Oh, you can have no, as a church? Oh, no, I want no church. Let me tell you something. The church is taking a beating. The church needs to have some sons and daughters who are willing to stand up for Jesus.
Amen.
And stand up for Jesus. Who are willing to pray for Jesus. Who are willing to read His Word for Jesus. Who are willing to come to church for Jesus. We're going to have to stand up and do this, because if we don't, the harvest is plenty of us. But the laborers. The laborers. Where are the laborers? We're the ones that's supposed to be in the. You don't have to preach when you're inside Walmart, but can't you be kind?
Yes.
You can just be kind. Can't you be kind? Can't you say something kind to the person behind the counter? You don't lose anything for that. When you walk by somebody and they say hello, you can't say hello back. We've got to stop acting like the world, y'all. We've got to let the world see that we're a light. We're supposed to be the light of the world. We're supposed to be the salt of the earth. The harvest is past. The summer has ended. And still many people are still not saved. Jesus has died, has said it is finished, and has gone back to heaven. He's seated in the right hand of the Father, and still we are not saved. Jesus said, by His stripes you are healed and made whole. I did that for you, and still you are not saved. I became poor so that you can become rich, and still you are not saved. What is it going to take for us to be saved? Truly. What is it going to take for us to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind? What is it going to take? What is it? What do we have to do? What does Jesus have to do for us to accept Him? The fastest growing religion in the world is the Muslim religion. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that Jehovah's Witnesses is growing faster than Christianity? Why is that? I'm going to tell you why. Because they're taking more action than we are. You may not like it, but they knock on your doors on Saturday. Ain't no Christians knocking on nobody's door. The Muslim, I talked to a man about becoming a Muslim. He said to me, I became a Muslim because they are structured. They tell me what to do and when to do it. Christianity says you can do anything you want to do. That's what the man said to me. That's not true, but I mean, hey, that's what the man saw. We are getting a harvest of people falling away from Christianity. That's the harvest that we'll receive. I won't teach on this today, but I'm going to hear there's two different harvests. Jesus came back to get one harvest, the ones who are with Him. Then He's going to take a sickle and put it in the hands of all the ones that's coming with Him, and He's coming back to get another harvest of the ones who are not with Him. It's time for you to choose today. Whether you're going to choose a harvest that you're going to be with Him, or are you going to be a harvest that's going to be against Him. And finally, in 1 Peter 2:9, God wanted me to tell you that He calls you these beautiful names. You just don't read that, but you don't read the rest of it. It says you are a chosen generation. It says that you are a royal priesthood. That you are a holy nation. And that you are a peculiar people. And we stop. We say, oh, praise the Lord. Keep reading. But that you should show forth the praises of Him who has brought you out of darkness into His marvelous light. God has brought us out. We are the harvest of Jesus Christ. When He died, He became the seed. And when He died, He was the seed of many brethren. The Bible says that when He died and He was planted into the Spirit, and those of us who accept Him, and when we die, now we can be raised again, just like Jesus was raised. So I want you to get it today. It's time to come in. The harvest is past. The summer has ended. And my question is, are you saved? The harvest has ended. The summer is gone. My question to you, seriously, are you saved? Have you really accepted Jesus as Lord and Savior? And let me tell you how you know if you're really saved. If you are really saved, Jesus said, tell them that they will not only know